visible, and constitutes for you the first phase of the moon on the 30th day, together with the sun in the door where the sun rises.
Okay. On the 30th day, the sun and the moon working together, huh?
Yes, 30th day. And the one half of her goes out by the seventh part, and her whole disk is empty, without light, with the exception of 1/7 part of it, and the 14th part of her light. And when she was received 1/7 part of her half of her light amounts to 1/7 part and the half thereof. And she sets with the sun, and with the sun rises, the moon rises with him and receives the half of 1 part of light. And in that night, in the beginning of her morning, in the beginning of the lunar day, the moon sets with the sun and is invisible that night with the 14th part and half of one of them. And she rises on that day with exactly a 7th part and comes out and recedes from the rising of the sun. In her remaining days, she becomes bright in the remaining 13 parts.
In the remaining 13 parts. Definitely pay attention. I want to elaborate. I know if you follow along in the PDF, maybe some of the words may be slightly, my brother's reading directly from the book. The PDF, the Enoch that's in the PDF was captured from a Enoch PDF. So some words may be slightly different, but for the most part, it's the same information. So I just wanted to bring forth that. So if you was listening to some of the things he was saying that was not accurately to what's in the PDF, now you know why. The PDF comes from the electronic Enoch, and he's reading directly from the book. Shalom.
So we go to chapter 74?
Yes, sir.
All right, chapter 74, it's the book of Enoch. We're going to verse 1. And I saw another course, a law for her, and how according to the law she performs her monthly revolution.
She performs her what?
Her monthly revolution.
Okay.
And all these Uriel, the holy angel, who was the leader of them all, showed to me in their positions. And I wrote down their positions as she showed them to me. And I wrote down their months as they were. And appearance of their lights unto the 15th days were accomplished. In single 7th parts, she accomplishes all her lights in the east, and a single 7th part accomplishes all her darkness in the west. In her certain months, she alters her settings, and in certain months, she pursues her own peculiar course. In 2 months, the moon sets with the sun, and those 2 middle doors, the 3rd and the 4th. She goes out for 7 days and returns again through the doors where the sun rises, and all her light is full. And she recedes from the sun, and in the 8th day enters the 6th door from which the sun goes out. And when the sun goes out from the 4th door, she goes out 7 days, until she goes out from the 5th and turns back again in the 7th day, 7 days into the 4th door, and accomplishes all her light. And she recedes and enters in the 1st door in 8 days. And she returns again in 7 days into the 4th door from which the sun goes out. Thus I saw their positioning, how the moon rose and the sun sets in those days. And if 5 years are added together, the sun has an excess of 30 days.
The sun, it has what?
In excess of 30 days.
Okay. So, according to these people, man, the sun and the moon ain't even hitting, they don't have but one new moon day. So, you know, the Most High telling you it's 30 days in the month. I just want to know if y'all picking these 30s up that I keep asking the brother to repeat. Because, you know, that can't be accurate if people saying that there's only one day of a new moon. It couldn't be. I don't even know how you can say that and then get the Passover on the 14th day. Where did you count the other 13 days from? Think about it. Shalom. Come on.
And all the days which accrue to it from one of those 5 years when they are full amount to 364 days.
Hold up. Hold up, bro. Like, we ain't back at 364.
We're back at 364. I see that right here.
You see it right there? I see it too.
Yeah, I see it right.
394?
No, 364. That's what.
So again, the Most High verified His system is 364 days.
364 days.
So why they keep telling us a new leap year, man? They confusing the people. They can't confuse us because we read.
We read, and I believe the Most High said this is perfect in all its ways. Yeah, 364 days, right?
Okay, I don't mean to stop you. I just wanted to make sure it literally said 364.
Yeah, 364 days.
364.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So it's safe to say that if you added 1 month or even 1 day,
Yeah, it would throw all your days off what it's supposed to be for the Most High. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
All right. We're in the 11th. It's 11th verse.
Yeah, verse 11.
Verse 11. And an access of the sun and of the stars amount to 6 days. In 5 years, 6 days, every year comes to 30 days.
How many days?
30 days.
Not the ones that saying we can't get 30 days off of counting the moon or the sun. You telling me in 5, 6 years it comes to 30 days?
Still comes to 30 days, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Read.
And the moon falls behind the sun and stars to number of 30 days.
Oh, that could be what they thought. That could be what they thought, that it wasn't right. Well, let's see what the Most High say about that.
Okay.
Because it said the moon fall behind.
Okay, let's get into that. So we're on the 12th verse.
Yes, sir.
And the sun and the stars bring in all the years exactly, so that they do not advance or delay their position by a single day.
They don't do what?
By advance or delay their position by a single day.
Okay.
Not by one. To eternity. But complete the years with perfect justice in 364 days.
So it's a perfect justice even when the moon falls behind 30 days. Whatever the Most High makes happen, because I'm not the Most High.
No.
So I don't know what He's doing up there.
Exactly.
But even when the moon falls behind 30 days, it still completes 364 days. Perfect.
Perfect justice.
So if I got to do anything to it, would that make it perfect
It
anymore?
would not be perfect no more.
Okay.
If you change any of the days.
So you change anything, it's not perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Just wanted to make sure we're on the same. Shalom.
We're on the 13th verse.
Yes, sir.
In 3 years, there are 1,092 days. And in 5 years, there are 1,820 days. So that the 8 years, there are 2,912 days. For the moon alone, the days amount in 3 years to 1,062 days. And in 5 years, she falls 50 days behind to the sum of 1,770. There is 5 to be added, 1,062 days. And in 5 years, there are 1,770 days. So that for the moon, the day 6 is 8 years amount to 21,832 days. For 8 years, she falls behind to the amount of 80 days. All the days she falls behind in 8 years are 80. And the year is accurately completed in conformity with their world station and the stations of the sun, which rise from the doors through the sun rises and sets 30 days.
30 days. So just that alone tells you that you can get 30 days, and I was reading earlier, 31 days from the sun and the moon. When brothers is out here, putting information forth that you can't even count that many days from the moon. Well, that show you right there that's inaccurate. And so who am I supposed to believe? You or the Most High? Think about that. Chapter, what we at, 75?
All right, chapter 75, verse 1. And the leaders of the heads of the 10,000 who are in charge of the whole creation and over all the stars have also to do with the 4 days of the year which are not counted by in the yearly calendar, but not separated from their office, according to the reckoning of the year. And these render service on the 4 days which are not counted in the reckoning of the year. And because of them, men go wrong in them. For those luminaries truly render service to the stations of the